Today I'm going to show you some sample problems of how we use negative exponents with the exponent rules. So this is assuming that you have already learned about the exponent rules and you've already learned how to deal with exponents that are negative. So I treat negative exponents almost as if they're people, and I say that a negative exponent is a cry for help. So when I say C, 8 to the 4 times 8 to the negative 7, I'm like, oh, that guy right there, he wants to go down here. And so I do it. And if you remember correctly, once the base has gone down, the exponent is happy. So there we are. But then I've got to simplify it further. I can't have the exact same base on top or bottom. So I show spanning it out. I get 4/8 on the top and 7/8 on the bottom. And I'll simplify. What do I have left? Well, it looks like I have 3/8 on the bottom. What do I put on the top? A 1. And so my answer is 1/8 to the power of 3. From here on out, I suggest stopping the video before every problem, trying it on your own, and then seeing how you did. All right, here we go. This u to the power of 7 is cry for help right here. And he says, I need to be on the other side of the fraction line. And you're going, I don't see a fraction line. And you're right. That's because it's already on the top. So he's going to go down here. I'm going to rewrite this, u to the 9 all over u to the 7. And then if you don't know the rule, you can expand it out. So there's 9 of these and 7 of these. Cancel out things that are like on the top and bottom. And I have 2 u's left. I don't need to put a 1 on bottom. That's not necessary. And so I have u to the power of 2 as my final answer. Well, what about this guy? Well, same sort of thing. He wants to go down to the bottom. He wants to go down to the bottom. That's what the negative exponent's for. So they're going to go this direction. And I'm actually going to expand it out as I do this. So on the top is v to the 7. That's all that's left over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then there's 3 from the first guy that's going down. And 5 from the last guy there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alrighty, then I'm going to cancel. And I have 1 left on bottom. So remember, I'm going to put a 1 right there. And my answer is 1/v. Okay, this time I actually have a fraction line, but I still have a cry for help. This one right here, who has the negative exponent. He's saying, I'm on the wrong side of the fraction line. He wants to come down here. It's like, all right, that's cool. But what that does is there's nothing left up at the top. But let's think about this. If I already have 3 5s on the bottom, and now I'm going to bring 6 more down. Well, what's 6 more than 3? 9. So I'm going to be left with 5 to the power of 9. See how that works? Bring the 6 down. 3 plus 6 is 9. This time the guy who's crying for help is on the bottom. All right, he wants to come up here. That's all righty. So I already have 5 6s. Now 2 more want to go up there. So what's 2 more than 5? 7 of them. And then is there anything below? Well, 1, but do I need to show the 1? Nope. So I have 6 to the power of 7. Oh, there you go, 6, 7. Oh, take a look at this. Now they're both crying for help, which is kind of interesting. So this guy wants to come down. This guy wants to go up. All righty. So now I have 9 to the 6. He's happy because he's where he belongs. So it's positive 6. 9 to the positive 2. And then now we have to simplify. And so I can expand it out if I want to. There are 6 of these. And there are only 2 of these. Cancel out until I can't anymore. And how many do I have left? I have 4 9s left. And so my answer is 9 to the power of 4. Hey, look, no negative exponent. Well, that's because I want to use this because I really think that you need to know the trick of this rule. If you remember, this is just 2 groups of z to the 3. And then if you expanded it out more, it'd be z times z, which is how many z's? 6 of them. But in the phrase of I have 2 groups of 3, that is another way of saying multiplication. And so all you really have to do is multiply those 2 numbers. And what do you get when you do 2 times 3? 6. And that's actually really important when you have negative exponents because it makes your life so much easier. So here you go. Let me show you. Using this newfound, oh, look, I can just do 6 groups of something I can multiply. We're just going to multiply this. I'm going to actually multiply 6 times -4 for my exponent. Well, what is 6 times -4? -24. And so now I have this, I'm going to come down below the words. I have this y to the power of -24. But I'm not allowed to have a negative exponent. See how it goes here? Without using negative exponents. So what do? Well, remember, that's the cry for help. I need to go down on the other side of the fraction line. Okay, we can do that. And so we'll put y to the 24 here. And what goes on top? Well, if there's nothing to go on top, it becomes a 1. And there you go. Do it by yourself. All right, here we go. I'm going to multiply -6 times 2. What do I get? -12. So I'm going to get u to the power of -12. I'm going to be like, he needs to go below the fraction line because he's negative. And so I'm going to have u to the positive 12. He's happy now. He's where he belongs. And I'm going to put a 1 there, and I'm done. Lastly, what happens when they're both negative? You still do the same thing. So I'm going to take that -4 groups of -6. What is -4 times -6? Well, guess what? That's just positive 24. And so I get this, what's the base? The 5. 5 to the positive 24. And I am done because he's positive. I'm done. All right, now it's your turn to go and have some fun.